A split screen in Texas today shows the stark reality of the country's problem with gun violence and our refusal to do anything about it. As the community in Uvalde, Texas continues to mourn the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers, the National Rifle Association is holding praise and worship for the AR-15 and other weapons of death in the face of local and national outrage. Underscoring the macabre contrast, across the street from the NRA gathering, children were bearing photos of the lives taken in Uvalde. One sign reading, "Am I next?"
We've never protested before.
Ever?
Ever.
Why? What was different this time?
Because enough is enough. This mass shooting in Uvalde just touched us off, and we're so furious about it.
Things need to change. I think it's shameful. Everybody walking up should feel shameful.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott pulled out of an in-person appearance, opting instead to be in Uvalde via video. But he addressed the convention via video. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick also bailed, citing the Uvalde families. Those who did appear tried to strike a somber tone, but made clear where they stand. Ted Cruz's solution? Make schools into militarized zones.
We need serious funding to upgrade our schools, to install bulletproof doors and locking classroom doors. Ultimately, as we all know, what stops armed bad guys is armed good guys.
Well, Ted, that clearly did not happen in Uvalde. And is that really how you want Texans to live? Is that how they want to live, sending their kids to schools that look like prison? We're also learning firsthand from the children who survived the slaughter of their friends, classmates, and teachers. Images that will be horrifically burned into their memories forever.
Whenever he started shooting, we hid behind my teacher's desk. The cop said, "Help if you need help." And then one of the persons in my class said, "Help." The guy overheard, and he came in and shot her. And he said, "It's time to die." I was hiding hard, and I was telling my friend to not talk.
Mis amigos que si murieron eran muy buenas personas. Los extraño mucho. El día que sabía que estaban muertos, lloré mucho.
While the gun lobby holds court with 19 children not yet buried, we're hearing the grief of the parents whose babies remain forever 10. Little Lexi Rubio loved playing softball. Her father, ironically, is a sheriff's deputy who was off duty that day, and her parents spoke to NBC's Lester Holt.
We're not doing well. I just want to be with my baby.
I haven't got to see my baby since the day we took a picture with her award. I just want to see her. Oh, I know I can't hold her, but I can touch her. At least it's the only thing I can hold.
Do you know what it's like to be there and that I didn't take her home? I made this huge mistake and you can never fix it. I always take my kids home after these ceremonies. I don't know what was different this day. She didn't ask, I didn't mention it, and I left my baby at the school.
Joining me now is Mike Hixenbaugh, NBC News senior investigative reporter, live in Houston. Charles Blow, columnist for the New York Times, and Michael Steele, former RNC chairman. Thank you all for being here. Welcome, Mr. Hixenbaugh, to the show. I want to ask you about the NRA and the vibe inside of that convention and how they managed to celebrate guns at a time when not far away, parents are preparing to bury little 10-year-old children.
Joy, I don't know how. That setup was really hard. I'm sorry. I came from Uvalde last night to be back in town to cover the convention. And what I found was a complete and utter disconnect. Across the street were protesters holding signs and children pleading for change, for something to change. And inside, there were parents with their children showing them how to hold AR-15s and telling me why the policies that allowed this shooter to go and buy a couple of these guns days after his 18th birthday are so important, that those policies are what keeps us safe. And it's really hard to put into words how far away I felt from the scenes back in Uvalde. Where I was talking to some of those families and to teachers who talked about hiding on the floor for 35, 40 minutes.
Did anyone inside of that convention who spoke to you, did they even express any emotion about? I mean, I've been crying for 3 days, by the way, so don't feel bad about feeling emotional. Did they express? Was there any emotion in there for these dead children and the teachers?
Look, I didn't talk to everybody. The thing that I witnessed that was the most jarring is on one side of the street, there were protesters, very emotional, screaming, shame, 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 murderers. And on the other side of the street, people wearing AR-15s on their chest, like on their T-shirts, holding up their cell phones and recording videos and laughing and mocking the protesters. I don't know how to bridge that.
Yeah.